Good Thursday morning. Today is indeed another first alert weather day. We've extended it for today once again in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, as we'll have the potential for lightning fires again. Now for this morning, we are just seeing a few light showers on the map. Most of us are actually pretty dry for this morning, and temperatures are cool/mild with 50s and 60s, 62 in the Tri-Cities, 63 in Yakima, and 67 quite comfortable in Walla Walla. Here's your day planner forecast for today. For lower elevations, definitely more sunshine as opposed to yesterday. Not as much rainfall, not as many clouds, but we could have more showers and thunderstorms, specifically in the valleys as we head into the late morning and then especially into the afternoon. So the bottom line for the forecast, we'll have the lightning fire risk again for today. Small mountain thunderstorm chances going to continue through Sunday, and it looks like the heat is going to be back on as we could be back up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities and Yakima by next Tuesday and Wednesday. Lots to talk about, but especially point number one on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a West Richland mayoral candidate facing DUI charges, what she says following the arrest.
And packed lanes and growing concerns why Kennewick swimmers say the city needs a new indoor pool.
And school's back in session in Yakima. We have a message from bus drivers to keep kids safe on the roads. We have these headlines and more coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott, and we start with some new information coming into the newsroom this morning.
It's a crime alert involving a woman who's running for mayor of West Richland.
Yeah, jail records show that 69-year-old May Hayes, a current West Richland City Council member, was arrested on the night of August 22nd. Now, these records are showing us that Hayes was visiting a friend when her tire blew out on the way home. An officer who stopped to help her then reported noticing signs of drinking and cited her for DUI.
She was booked into the Benton County Jail with a bond set at $1,000 and released the next day. In a statement posted to her campaign website, Hayes says, quote, "I know I made a poor decision and I take full responsibility for it. I'm working through the legal process with the courts and I'm personally taking steps to make sure that it doesn't happen again."
It's a developing story, of course, we'll keep you updated on. And at 5:02 this morning in Walla Walla, police say a months-long investigation into narcotics has led to the arrest of 28-year-old Tucker Cole Lightfoot. Officers served a search warrant at a home in College Place where they seized 34 grams of fentanyl along with scales and packing materials. Lightfoot now facing multiple felony charges. Detectives also documenting unsafe living conditions inside the home. A child was found there and was taken into protective custody.
Now looking at Kennewick, where high school swim coaches and community members are banding together to bring an indoor pool to the city of Kennewick. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable spoke with the concerned coaches.
3 high schools, Kennewick, Southridge, and Kamiakin, share the Kenneth Searier Memorial Pool. The 6 lanes and 25-yard long pool just isn't enough.
A rainy day like this might be the perfect way to show why there is a need for an indoor pool. Not to mention that a pool of this size is expected to host an event of 450 swimmers from around the state.
It isn't just swim teams that use these pools. It's kids learning how to swim. It's other people learning how to get in their exercise. It's people that can only do things in the water. Literally, this is their option, you know. And our pool, it's been here. It's been a hallmark in Kennewick. I've been here since 1977. It's been here since long before that. And, I mean, it's on its last leg. If something happens, the pool breaks, we don't have a pool at all, not even an outdoor pool.
2 of the leading advocates for a new indoor pool are Southridge swim coach Jason Hart and Kennewick High School swim coach Trina Lisa Tibbett.
Most council members seem to be listening, not all. But then there's been community support. More people have kind of joined, and every time we go, somebody speaks that we had no idea was coming, meaning we hadn't talked to them and they just joined to say something. So the support is definitely rising.
Also been advocating for the Kennewick School District to add boys high school swim and dive, much like Pasco and Richland already have. And the real drawback is where they're going to swim.
A point of emphasis for those looking for change is that this is not just about the high school swim teams. The entire Kennewick community, as well as 2 club teams, are expected to share this pool as well.
Where does everyone go in the summer for recreation? They get in the river, one of the most dangerous places to swim. So without access to learning how to swim, we counted this year, there were 71 instructional days. That was not enough to reach a community of 85,000 and about 25,000 under 18.
Until an indoor one is built, this is where swimmers will have to go, with swim seasons that can last as late as November. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Jake. Now, one of the proposals surrounding a new pool would combine it with the $35 million new city hall currently being considered in Kennewick, and it would allow a pool to be built within that space.
5:05 now, and the Walla Walla District for the Army Corps of Engineers recently announced the opening of multiple recreation areas that had been previously closed. Apple Valley News Now, William Albert has more.
The U.S. Corps of Engineers Walla Walla District will be reopening several recreation areas along the lower Snake River just in time for the fall season, including Willow Landing and Blyton Landing. Earlier this year, some sites were closed because of staffing shortages. But now with more resources available for campers, hunters, and fishermen, they will have more options starting late August and into September.
Earlier this year, we had to limit services to some of those areas due to staffing shortages. And also, federal hiring freezes and everything that affected our capabilities to provide, safe and, well-maintained experiences for our guests.
Sanchez says that with the hiring freeze and some employees entering a deferred resignation program, the district made the decision to shut some areas down. However, recently the district has hired more than a dozen employees.
We got a couple of personnel on board over the summer. And now we're able to reopen some of those areas to the public so that they can enjoy what's left of the summer. But
Sanchez says the shortages have also affected the Tri-Cities area.
Or the vacancies that we had were with the Tri-Rivers office, so that's up near Tri-Cities with our Ice Harbor and McNary projects, supporting those areas. As you know, there's a lot of recreation on the water up there and everything. We had to close a couple of the parks and a couple of the HMUs, which are habitat management units.
Some areas, however, won't reopen until next year.
We're anticipating that Levy Park and Fishhook Park will reopen next year for the normal recreation season once we've been able to onboard more staff to assist with management.
Army Corps of Engineer officials tell me that all of the positions that they are looking to fill play a valuable role in helping serve the community, and they're looking to fill these positions as soon as possible.
As fast as possible, but also making sure that we have the right candidates and the right people positioned for the right jobs.
Whether it's maintenance workers or park rangers, they all play a big role in the district getting back to a normal recreation season. In Walla Walla, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thanks so much for that update. Now, the district says that it does expect to be back to full capabilities by next year.
And heading back to school now, Columbia Basin College is seeing a surge in students this fall, and enrollment isn't just bouncing back from the pandemic, it's actually surpassing pre-COVID levels. The college's student body now tops 5,000 full-time equivalents, exceeding the school's expectations and marking the highest enrollment in recent years.
It's partly due to our community being a growing community. It also speaks to the hard work that our folks here at CBC do in terms of recruiting and getting students in the pipeline, helping them along the way, making sure that they know the steps they need to take.
The first day of fall quarter classes at Columbia Basin College is September 15th.
Well, students returned to school in Yakima yesterday.
And the district's bus drivers are ready to start the year. So Yakima School District says it's improved its bus routes to make them more efficient and reduce traffic, especially around schools that are close together.
Yeah, drivers say that they're expecting traffic during the first week of school to be busy, of course, and that they are excited to drive their students to school once again.
Seeing the kids again. I love my kids. I love the students. It's just, they've got good, positive attitudes. They like to be at school. And I just want to be there for them, to mentor them and give them a good, safe ride to and from school.
And as the first week of school continues, drivers say to make sure to not pass a school bus when it stops and the signs are out.
Be smart. All right, keep it here because coming up, a Minneapolis community in mourning as 2 children were killed, 17 others hurt after a gunman opened fire inside a church school. What we're learning about the victims and the shooter is coming up in your national headlines.
And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Bymark camera in Yakima, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have a look at your first alert forecast. It is 10 minutes after 5 on this Thursday. We'll be right back.
If you have been injured in an accident and feel you have a legitimate claim, remember, our courthouses were built and our legal system developed for the purpose of resolving disputes. Allen Brecky Law Offices emphasize the rights of accident victims.
The Labor Day sale is on now at More Furniture. Join us this weekend where you'll find every bedroom, living room, and dining room is in stock, on sale, and ready for immediate free white glove delivery to your home. Plus, we'll remove your gently used pieces and donate them locally. You've worked hard all year long. It's your turn to relax in style and comfort. Labor Day savings like never before. Only at More Furniture, where everyone gets more furniture for less.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want, at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Hi, I'm Christine Connolly, local realtor with As You Wish Real Estate Team. We offer full concierge services. Our handyman contractors will take care of everything and you won't pay anything until closing. I'm a proud sponsor of Operation Best Friend. Remember, you only get one chance to make a first impression.
If you have been injured in an accident and feel you have a legitimate claim, remember, our courthouses were built and our legal system developed for the purpose of resolving disputes. Allen Brecky Law Offices emphasize the rights of accident victims.
Let's get it on. Let's play. Yeah.
The Feud has 2 Emmy nominations.
Grandma, he smells really good.
Name something your mate's booty has in common with the basketball.
It bounces.
Emmy-nominated Celebrity Family Feud. Tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a first alert weather day once again, as we'll have the potential for lightning fires up in the Cascades. And once again, the National Weather Service in Seattle has elected to go with a red flag warning for the western slopes of the Cascades. But for the eastern slopes of the Cascades, National Weather Service Pendleton has not elected to go with a red flag warning. So again, we are personally going with a first alert weather day for that risk of lightning fires. Also, a flash flood watch in place for Chelan County due to heavy rainfall possible over some fresh burn scars up this way. Keep a very close eye on that. Otherwise, for today, we're going to have a lot of sunshine on the map. It's going to be hazy sunshine, though, and obviously some thunderstorms on the map as well. We'll touch on that in a second, but first, temperatures 80s and 90s for lower elevations, 60s, 70s, and 80s up in our mountains, and the wind gusts not going to be that big of a factor for today. Thunderstorm chances going to be between 20 to 40% for the valleys, for the mountains, and up into portions of the basin, but mostly up into Grant County, Adams County. Also could have a stray thunderstorm in the southern blues. And then for tonight, mostly clear out there. Could have some more haze. Also some leftover showers and thunderstorms for the valleys. Overnight lows 50s and 60s across the map. Not really dealing with any wind gusts at all. And you see some leftover thunderstorm chances for the valleys, for the mountains. And then as we head into Friday, Friday is looking much, much drier. But I'll time out all this with Futurecast, and I'll show you a little resurgence in some shower and thunderstorm chances for this weekend. So all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 514, and taking a look at national headlines this morning. As a community is mourning And family and friends are honoring the victims of a Catholic school shooting that happened in Minneapolis.
Now we're learning new details about the 2 children who lost their lives and the 17 others injured.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details.
This morning, a community grieving after a shooter opened fire at a Minneapolis Catholic school church, killing 2 children and injuring 17 others. Overnight, vigils across Minneapolis honoring the 8-year-old and 10-year-old children who were shot and killed. Police say they were sitting in pews for morning prayer when a gunman opened fire through the church windows of Annunciation Catholic School.
I was just at church, and I heard something like really loud, like I thought it was fireworks in the church, and then I saw the shooting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared.
10-year-old Weston says he hid in the pews and his friend dove on top of him during the gunfire, likely saving his life.
My friend got hit in the back.
Did he go to the hospital?
Yeah, he went to the hospital.
What went through your mind when you saw that?
I was super scared for him. My mom was waiting outside of the church when it happened. I was super happy because, like, I was scared that I wasn't gonna see her because I didn't know what was happening, really. I was just in shock.
Among the 17 people injured, a majority of them were children as young as 6 years old, according to police. The mayor of Minneapolis thanked teachers and staff for their heroic actions during the shooting, but also demanded action.
While thoughts and prayers are great, they are not adequate. These children were literally praying at this moment.
The Minneapolis police chief saying the shooter, identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, was reportedly armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. And officials say the suspect used them all. All 3 weapons were purchased legally and recently, according to police.
And the police chief says all the injured children are expected to survive.
FBI now investigating the shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and as a hate crime targeting Catholics. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more, but this one just hits different.
The kids being interviewed.
And hearing those kids and the shock and the tragedy that they went through while they're sitting in school.
Even speak on it after.
No, it's
hard.
It's hard. It hurts. It hurts a mom's heart for sure. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have a look at your first alert forecast as we give you a live look outside from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky Camera at Richland's Columbia Point. It is 5:17. We're back after the break.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Summer adventure awaits in a rugged new Honda. It's time to chase the sun, wherever it takes you. With impressive Honda capability and exciting performance. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V hybrid.
Here in Grandview, we're happy to say that we found a home here for our pizza oven, and here we are making pizza for everybody. This restaurant really concentrates on pizza, some nice submarine-style sandwiches, and a full salad bar. And the high quality of the products that we use is, we're thinking it's going to set us apart. This is going to be a great place to bring the family, and here we are making pizza for everybody. Come on down to Grace Pizza. We look forward to seeing you here.
At Bravo RV, we're gearing up for a huge event you will not want to miss out on.
The Forest River National Sales Event is on now. For a limited time, you can save big across our entire lineup of Forest River products. There's still time to get out, go camping, and make unforgettable memories. With Forest River, you'll find the perfect RV built for your journey and perfected for your stay. Don't wait. These amazing deals won't last long.
Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun. The new stone-baked pizza mold from Frigidaire. For restaurant quality, it's dough to done in 2 minutes. Dare to expect more from your oven. Frigidaire.
Attention viewers, Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday, August 30th at 5:30 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, September 7th at 9 a.m.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
iPhone.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is another First Alert weather day, as we'll have that potential for lightning fires up in the Cascades. Lightning's in the forecast, and vegetation not as dry as it was yesterday, but still critically dry in the Cascades for the upper Yakima Basin. So again, all the passes up this way and Cle Elum would be under the gun once again. Let's put all this into motion with Futurecast radar. 8 this morning, not much doing on the radar, but as we start to get around lunchtime, a little bit after that, that's when we'll start to see chances of showers and thunderstorms popping up that way in particular. And then by 8 p.m. for tonight, we're looking pretty dry. Okay, then for tomorrow, another pretty dry day, but as we head into the peak of daytime heating, could maybe get a thunderstorm or two in the southern blues, but the rest of us not only going to be dry, but plenty of sunshine out there. And to see precip chances and timing for your neck of the woods, you can download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app. You can get it for free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, for Saturday, we are looking mostly dry. Could maybe have a stray thunderstorm up in the Cascades, specifically up towards Snoqualmie Pass there on Interstate 90. And then for Sunday, maybe a few shower chances spreading over to the east into the rest of Kittitas County. For Grant County, for Adams County, maybe the most northernmost portions of Benton and Franklin counties. The rest of us staying dry. And the forecast really drying out after that. No rain chances in the forecast for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So we just got to get through these little thunderstorm chances all the way through Sunday. And in terms of high temperatures, the heat is going to be back on. Now we'll keep it above average, so hotter than normal over the next 7 days, but back up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So toasty stuff in store, I should say. Okay, 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll keep it in the 90s through Tuesday, although cutting it pretty close to 100 on Tuesday, and then right at 100 for Wednesday. Forecast should stay pretty dry. And the Yakima Valley, little chance of thunderstorms for today. For tomorrow, should be dry. We'll keep the forecast dry and maybe a couple 99s by next Tuesday and Wednesday. In Ellensburg, mid-80s for today, almost a 50-50 chance of some thunderstorms, dry for Friday and Saturday, and then maybe a little chance of some rainfall on Sunday. In Hermiston, hazy sunshine over the next couple days at least, and then holding on to more sunshine and turning up the heat for next week. Finally, in Walla Walla, mid-90s, well, low 90s for today, mid-90s through next Tuesday to Wednesday, but I'd say 97. You could round up and say that's upper 90s as well. It's going to be hot. It's going to be dry.
And we're headed into Labor Day weekend. It's going to be a toasty one.
Yes, and I know that sometimes we associate that with like kind of the kickoff to fall. Football season's going to be back.
Oh,
but
yeah.
more so it's like summer's last hurrah.
Pumpkin spice lattes came back yesterday at Starb, so
I know.
It's lining up.
I'm not ready.
Hallelujah. I'm kind of not. If the temperatures are like that, I'm not ready.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
If I see a cooler temperature, I can be like,
yeah, if I feel it outside, if it
Yeah.
feels crisp, then sure.
But that's not crisp.
No,
That's toast.
and
That's
not for
crispy.
a while. Yeah, that's me getting crisped outside.
That's slushy weather, not
Exactly.
Yeah.
spice latte weather. Yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Actor Austin Butler trading in his Elvis jumpsuit for some cat sitting. Ooh. Okay. Also, Peter Dinklage is taking on an iconic cult classic role with a little help from Kevin Bacon. And we're going to show you what's hitting Hollywood screens this Labor Day weekend. It's all coming up in your entertainment news after the break. It's 5:24.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
It's the 3-degree guarantee from Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather and Legends Casino Hotel. When Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth gets the high within 3 degrees, $25 is put in the jackpot. If he misses, someone wins. From Legends Casino Hotel and Apple Valley News Now.
For the first time ever, Pasco RV and Boat Super Save is coming to the Hippo Center. Make the most of what's left of camping and boating season. Save thousands on a huge selection of new and used RVs and boats. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, motorhomes, pontoon boats, parts, accessories, and more. Every category, every price point, all on sale. 0 down and no payments for 90 days. On approved credit, one location. Massive savings at the Hippo Center in Pasco. Learn more at BrettsRV.com.
It's time to replace and refresh this Labor Day. Swing by Fred's Appliance today to save on all LG appliances. Let LG help you stay cool this Labor Day. Get this refrigerator for only $16.99. That's a 40% savings. No matter what appliance you're looking for, LG has what you need. From dishwashers, laundry, stovetops, and more, come see what's in stock. Shop Fred's Appliance, local like you.
David, did you remember to get me an anniversary present?
Anniversary? Of course, it's Mattress Depot USA's anniversary, and we're having a gigantic sale.
Take advantage of our best prices of the year.
And interest-free financing.
David, you do know anniversaries only come once a year, right?
Yes, and if you miss ours, you'll be sorry.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Save $2,000 on Freedom to enjoy life without readers, glasses, or cataracts. Schedule your free consultation this month with K2 Vision RLE, America's most experienced in advanced lens procedures. Save $2,000 on K2 Vision RLE.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by never settling. But what's really made Ford F-Series #1 is you.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Taking a look at your entertainment news. With summer officially coming to an end, sadly, there's still time to catch a summer blockbuster, though, this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend, Austin Butler is back on the big screen and in a new dark comedy.
And Peter Dinklage steps into the superhero spotlight.
This morning, Rick Damigella gives us a sneak peek at movies heading to the theaters for Labor Day weekend, so check it out.
Is that the best you can do? I've got to fly back to London. I need you to take care of my cat.
I like cats.
I like dogs.
Austin Butler gets in over his head in Darren Aronofsky's Caught Stealing. The dark comedy finds Butler's character going from cat-sitting to evading members of New York's criminal underworld.
I suppose sometimes I do hate you. Sporadic hatred.
It's infused with tarragon and adds a bit of bitterness.
Ivy likes to leave a little bit of herself in everything she does.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman's marriage is on the rocks in The Roses. Jay Roach's dark rom-com also stars Kate McKinnon and Allison Janney.
I didn't want any of this. I'm a monster.
You're not a monster. Peter Dinklage steps into the shoes of the Toxic Avenger. The remake of the 1984 cult classic pits the heroic character against a villain played by Kevin Bacon. Seeking theaters with great air conditioning in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
He said it there, great air conditioning in the theaters.
Lots of stuff coming out. Anything
nice,
on
cool
your
place.
on your list you want to watch?
Not out of that group.
I think the first one with Austin Butler, that looks kind of interesting, but not like a go to the theaters maybe when it comes out on streaming.
Wait, yeah,
you know.
I know. Yeah, what about you?
Not really, but I just want to take a minute to appreciate the range of Peter Dinklage,
right?
His role in Game of Thrones, and
amazing.
And also he was the South Pole elf in Elf.
Oh yeah, his first role.
Well, and he's also the voice in Wicked.
Yep, of course. Can't forget that one.
No.
Right, Josh?
Right.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, so much more here to come here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our next half hour, a voter-approved measure will bring major upgrades to a 911 system. We're going to let you know what that means for emergency response.
Also, carnival rides, live music, and even sea lions. The oldest fair in Washington is back in Walla Walla, and this morning our Dan Hansen is taking us there. It's all coming up in your next half hour, but here are your Tech Bites first.
In today's Tech Bites, WhatsApp just rolled out its own AI-powered writing assistant. It can help with one-on-one conversations and group chats. Users have a choice of writing styles from professional to humorous, and it uses Meta's private processing technology to protect your messages. Xbox Cloud Gaming is now more affordable. Microsoft is now offering cloud gaming to players who have its core and standard subscriptions. Previously, cloud gaming was only available to those who paid for the $20 per month Ultimate Game Pass tier. Finally, 2 new tracking devices that can be recharged instead of requiring new batteries. The Loop and Card, both from Chipolo, support Apple and Google's Find My device networks. The company says both will last about 6 months on a single charge, and they cost $39. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
At Wayfair, ordering in delivers all the style.
What are we craving? Something Italian?
Oh, you read my mind.
Italian will pair great with this bold red.
What are you in the mood for tonight?
I'm taking something light.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh.
It's here. Oh, that was fast.
And delivery was free.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo traps. Zevo works 24/7 to lure, catch, and kill 99.9% of bugs trapped for effortless protection. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
When the island speaks.
So, lazy river.
Cliff jumping!
Water slide? It's time to escape to the Great Life. Ah, now this is the Great Life on the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
$25?
No.
No?
Yeah, two losses in a row.
Oh,
Let me
no
tell-
one won anything because it was 0.
Yeah. Let me tell you, these thunderstorms.
That was extreme.
Yeah, these thunderstorm setups this month have really
set you up for failure.
Yes, not done me any favors this month. Okay, yesterday went with forecast high of 89, not very close in particular, only verified at 79.
It did feel warm, though. I will give you that.
It did, but that doesn't generate any money in this contest, unfortunately. So for today, going with forecast high of 92. Hey, third time's the charm, right? So if it verifies between 89 to 95, jackpot's going to hit 25 bucks. If that doesn't happen, then it's going to be a really sad Friday around here. So you can find out how to win future jackpots by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Today is, unfortunately, another first alert weather day, as we'll have the potential for lightning fires in the Cascades. Abundant lightnings in the forecast. Vegetation not as dry as it was for yesterday, but it's still critically dry. We are seeing just a few light showers this morning in the Cascades, also on the periphery of our viewing area, but the bulk of us are dry for this morning, and temperatures spanning from cool to mild, 50s and 60s, 63 in Yakima, 63 in Ellensburg, 62 in the Tri-Cities, and 67 very comfortable this morning in Walla Walla. Your hourly forecast for today for the Tri-Cities could have some hazy sunshine out there, definitely a brighter day as opposed to yesterday, and high temperatures still going to be just about on par for what you would expect for this time of the year, maybe a little bit hotter than normal. And of course, we'll track those thunderstorm chances, not just in the mountains, but also maybe slipping down into the valleys. And I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast. Also, I'll track all the haze and smoke, so that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. We begin this half hour of news, continuing our coverage out of Sunnyside.
The city is seeing the departure of another employee.
City Finance Director Kelly Koski has been terminated by interim city manager Jim Bridges. Bridges confirming the firing, but did not provide details on the reasons behind it. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on Sunnyside and the continued investigation into the city manager, Mike Gonzalez, as well. And at 5:34, Before taking you over to Walla Walla, where the 911 emergency communication system in the county is set to get a boost thanks to the recent passage of Proposition 1 in the primary election. So this new funding will take effect at the start of the new year, coming from a 0.2% sales and use tax that's been available for 911 services since 1999. Well, until now, the county hadn't tapped into this fund, but voters approved using it, giving the local emergency system some long-needed upgrades. The tax will apply to purchases like fast food and tangible goods, but not to groceries or fuel. The funds will address critical issues like equipment upgrades and staffing shortages that haven't been addressed since 1998.
Talking community events now, the Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is officially underway, and one of the biggest draws every year is the variety of attractions.
Yeah, from live animal shows to hands-on exhibits, organizers say there is something for everyone.
And this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us what fairgoers can experience this year.
From live entertainment to thrilling rides, the Walla Walla Days and Frontier Days is back.
3, 2, 1, cut.
The Walla Walla Fairgrounds are buzzing as families explore carnival rides, exhibits, and shows. The Walla Walla Fair and Frontier Days is back for its 159th year, the oldest fair in Washington. Organizers say the lineup mixes tradition with new features to keep visitors coming back.
It's a community event, and we focus on all age levels as it comes to the fair. We have things for kids, we have things for adults, and we have things for seniors.
A big draw is the legendary band Foreigner, but families are also returning for a fan favorite, the Sea Lion Splash Show. Trainers say it's entertaining and educational.
We talk about a little bit about them, about the pollution, and it's like a comedy, educational show.
After the show, visitors can even snap pictures with the sea lions. And new this year, a combine simulator, giving kids a chance to see what it's like to be behind the wheel of farm equipment.
The farm kids that were here, they've got their animals and stuff ready to show, and there was a line rotating in and out of this whole booth, and they were just having fun.
McKean says the goal is to get kids interested in agriculture and technology. With thousands expected through the gates this week, organizers say it's all about community, tradition, and making memories. With thousands expected to pass through the gates, you can meet these wonderful creatures and have a good show and rides at the same time. Reporting with my friends in Walla Walla, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
I don't know how he kept a straight face.
Jealous. I want sea lion kisses.
You want some sea lion smooches?
Yeah.
Better head to Walla
They're probably
Walla.
a little slimy. Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you have until Sunday to do it. The fair runs through Sunday, of course, giving families plenty of time to enjoy the rides, the shows, the sea lions, and all the traditions, of course, that make Walla Walla a favorite.
I am definitely going. You're coming with me. You're
Okay,
getting some
let's
too.
All right. So much we're ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A device giving cystic fibrosis patients a chance to breathe easier, and the Washington Man helping make it possible worldwide. We have that story coming up next after the break.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Tomorrow morning, get out the sunscreen, because your mornings just got hotter. What's a girl to do?
We are live in Miami.
Lara and Sam are hitting South Beach for the GMA Miami Takeover.
I want to show you the new Miami.
Tomorrow, keep calm and party on, Miami style, on Good Morning America.
Keep summer going with Nissan. Named #1 in new vehicle quality by J.D. Power. Hurry in today. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Summer's almost over.
But there's lots of end of summer fun at Toyota's National Sales Event.
Go long! Yes! Time right! Manny drops back and he flips one right down the middle. Well done. No, this one's burning.
Right now, during Toyota's National Sales Event, you can lease a tough new 2025 Tundra for just $509 a month.
Come in today.
Great job, rookie.
Toyota, let's go places.
Keep summer going with Nissan. Named #1 in new vehicle quality by J.D. Power. Hurry in today. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select popular models.
Let's get it on. Let's play.
Yeah.
The Feud has 2 Emmy nominations.
Grandma, he smells really good.
Name something your mate's booty has in common with the basketball.
It bounces.
Emmy-nominated Celebrity Family Feud. Tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here's your CoatCast for today for the Tri-Cities. Maybe a light jacket would be necessary for this morning, but after that, it looks like it is going to be all t-shirt weather as we'll have some pretty normal high temperatures for this time of the year, if not a handful of degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Okay, here's your zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. Little chances for showers and thunderstorms in both the valleys and the mountains. Going to be in the mid-70s up towards Snoqualmie Pass, but mid to upper 80s in the Kittitas Valley. Then in the Yakima Valley will be in the low 90s. Hazy sunshine, especially for the lower valley, and then in the lower Columbia Basin, also seeing hazy sunshine, a little bit breezy here. High temperatures getting into the low to mid 90s. And then for the foothills, the Morrow County foothills going to be in the upper 80s to low 90s. Looks like it's mostly low 90s in the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties. And then we'll be in the 70s and 80s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Okay, and like you see on these icons here, a lot of hazy sunshine out and about for today. So let's go ahead and time out all of this with Futurecast upper level wildfire smoke. And we're still dealing with the smoke plume from a combination of a couple different fires, a fire burning in Idaho, a fire that's burning in Central Oregon. And so this smoke plume just going to kind of stay put over the next couple days over our region. So we will see some moderate reductions to air quality, not expecting anything that's worse than that. But we could see additional fires spark up today because of the combination of lightning, very dry vegetation. I'll talk about that in great depth coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We go now to an Apple Valley News Now exclusive. A life-changing medical device is making a difference for people with cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, it's called the CV Vest, a high-frequency chest wall oscillation garment that helps patients breathe easier. But for many around the world, the cost puts it out of reach.
And this morning, we're introducing you to a nonprofit co-founded by an Eastern Washington native that's putting these vests into patients' hands for free.
This is Josh Bowder and his daughter, Evangeline, who has cystic fibrosis.
When she was diagnosed in Thailand, the doctor told us to prepare her for a lung transplant at less than 2 years old. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And somebody on a CF group told me to talk to Rod.
Josh grew up in the Spokane Valley and lived right here in the Tri-Cities before moving all the way to Thailand in 2013.
The average life expectancy after a lung transplant is only 5 years. And that's only for 25% of the people who get them.
A little over 5 years ago, Josh and Rod Spattinger, who now lives in Illinois, met one another and started a nonprofit called CF Vests Worldwide.
I received a message from a girl in Chile, out of the blue, maybe a Facebook message.
And she asked if I had CF, I told her I did. She asked if I lived in the US, I told her I did. And then she asked, can you donate a vest to me?
Rod is now 53 years old and was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis when he was just 3 months old. 8 years ago, he had to get a double lung transplant.
The vest we give them, it extends their life. Maybe it will keep them from getting a transplant at all, or it extends their life until they can get a transplant. These vests are life-changing.
Josh and Rod flew thousands of miles to meet me in person this week and share their story with us here at home.
And so by giving these vests to people in third world countries, we're actually extending life. We're giving them more breaths. We're giving them a better life, a fuller life, and less time in the hospital.
These life-saving devices can cost between $12,000 to over $30,000, making them virtually out of reach for many patients and families globally.
You know, when that girl contacted Rod from Chile, it was like, I don't trust this girl, but we got to fix it. And then when my daughter was diagnosed, it was like, okay, there's a problem. We need to solve it.
Since its founding, the nonprofit has shipped over 375 vests to patients in 61 countries, places like Afghanistan, India, Serbia, Syria, and Ukraine. These donations often come from people in the U.S. whose insurance is changing or who no longer need the vest.
One of our teammates, Khadija, she lives in Pakistan. She also has CF. She's amazing in her communications. We would just ask them via our website to contact Khadija, and she would coordinate all of the requirements.
CF Vests Worldwide doesn't just send equipment, they navigate major shipping hurdles, rising costs, notably up to $1,500 to $2,000 per vest to send overseas.
And the mucus builds up inside of the lungs, and you have to have this vest that just shakes all the mucus loose.
Celebrate with us.
Now, on their 5th anniversary, they are working on 2 things.
We've only given 11 vests to people in the U.S.
Because there's 2% of CFers that don't have insurance or are underinsured and can't afford a CF vest. So we want to focus on them.
And as for what's next,
we're starting to move on to portable oxygen concentrators. Being able to take your oxygen with you and not being connected to an outlet or to a big oxygen tube.
My heart.
I know.
Oh, good people doing good things. Great people doing great things.
I love it. And of course, anytime you can help a child is fantastic.
And then the faces on the children, they're just happy
just giving them a better chance at life.
Yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here. We have your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and give you that live look outside from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richlands Columbia Point. Sunrise set for 12 minutes after 6. It just gets later and later.
Hurry up.
Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert is going to have your full first alert forecast when we come back.
Enjoy summer's final moments. Let us take care of that flooring project you never got to. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Richland or Walla Walla Floor & Home.
Hear that? It's the sound of savings at your local Ford dealer. Get a sweet-sounding deal on F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Escape, and more. Hurry in today for the sound of savings, because a new Ford truck or SUV is calling your name. Just listen to this great offer. Lease a Bronco Sport Big Bend Black Diamond 4x4 for $299 a month for $36, or a Ranger Super Crew for $269 a month for $36.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
The best bulls in the world have come to town for bull riders. 8 seconds can make them a champion or nothing. It's bull time. It's bull time, Kennewick. Your tickets now at pdr.com/tickets or Ticketmaster.
The new stone-baked pizza mode from Frigidaire. For restaurant quality, it's dough to done in 2 minutes. Dare to expect more from your oven. Frigidaire.
Enjoy summer's final moments. Let us take care of that flooring project you never got to. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Richland or Walla Walla Floor & Home.
Stacy Lee. First Alert Weather. Watch tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is another First Alert Weather Day as we'll have that threat for lightning fires once again up in the Cascades. Vegetation not as dry as it was for yesterday, but still critically dry up towards all the passes up this way and for Cle Elum. Now let's go ahead and time out the lightning that we have in the forecast with the Futurecast radar. We put this into motion, and around lunchtime, that's when we'll start to see some showers bubbling up in the Cascades, perhaps in the valleys as well. And it's going to be around the peak of daytime heating, 4, 5, 6 p.m. That's going to be our best time frame to see thunderstorms. Then after that, we are looking much drier. And Friday is going to be a much drier day overall, but we could see around the same time frame, around lunchtime, and then especially for the hottest part of the day, perhaps a few thunderstorms in the southern blues. But other than that, it's going to be a dry day. And to track shower and thunderstorm chances in your neck of the woods, especially in the valleys and mountains, you can download that Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app for free in the App Store or on Google Play. For the past couple days, that interactive radar feature has come in quite handy. All right, Saturday going to be a mostly dry day. Can't rule out another stray thunderstorm in the Cascades, especially up towards I-90 for Snoqualmie Pass. And then on Sunday, maybe some showers starting to spread over to the east and to the rest of Kittitas County, Grant County, Adams County, and maybe the northernmost portions of Benton and Franklin counties. After that, our forecast turns completely dry, not just turning completely dry, but starting to turn pretty hot once again. Now, high temperatures are going to stay hotter than normal over the next 7 days, but back up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So Labor Day weekend, kind of the last hurrah for the summer season, and it's definitely going to feel like it out there. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Low 90s for today, mid 90s Friday through Monday, and then like I just talked about, right up around 100 for Tuesday and Wednesday. In Yakima, about a 20% chance of some thunderstorms this afternoon. After that, the forecast looking dry and a couple 99s in the forecast for next Tuesday and Wednesday. In Ellensburg, almost a 50-50 chance of some thunderstorms for today. Dry for Friday and Saturday, then maybe another shower. A much lower chance of a shower by Sunday. In Hermiston, hazy sunshine for the next couple days, and then after that, more sunshine, and we'll heat things up around 100 by the early to middle parts of next week. And then finally for Walla Walla, low 90s for today. In fact, it's going to be a struggle to even make it to 90 degrees, but then a lot of mid 90s from Friday through Wednesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:52. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Starting in West Richland, where a mayoral candidate and city council member May Hayes has been arrested for DUI. The arrest happened last week when a police officer say they spotted signs of impairment while helping her with a blown tire. Hayes was booked into the Benton County Jail, later released, and she has since acknowledged the incident, calling it a poor decision.
In Walla Walla, 28-year-old Tucker Cole Lightfoot is arrested after a narcotics investigation. Detectives say they found more than 30 grams of fentanyl along with scales and packaging supplies. There was a child inside the home who was placed into protective custody. The man now faces several felony charges.
And in Kennewick, the city's only indoor pool is creating some challenges for student swimmers. 3 high schools currently share the Kenneth Searier Memorial Pool, and coaches say it's both overcrowded and outdated. Advocates are pushing for a new facility, citing concerns about safety and access to swim lessons.
In Yakima, students are back in school this week with new bus routes in place. District leaders say the changes are aimed at easing traffic congestion. Drivers are being reminded to slow down in school zones and also to stop when buses have their signs out.
And in Walla Walla, the 159th annual Fair and Frontier Days is underway. The event features rodeo competitions, carnival rides, live entertainment. There's some sea lions as well. Thousands of people, of course, expected to attend. It runs through the weekend.
Now to your national headlines this morning. The Trump administration is threatening to pull federal funding from state sex ed programs that mention transgender people. A division of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services told 40 states and the District of Columbia in a letter that they are now, quote, on notice. They must remove gender ideology content from sex ed materials. The Trump administration warns that if even a mere mention of gender identity or transgender people is found in the curricula, the programs could risk losing potentially millions of dollars.
In your business headlines at 5:54 this morning, movies and TV shows that you've purchased on Amazon don't actually belong to you. Now Amazon is facing a lawsuit over the situation. A proposed class action lawsuit was filed last week in Washington federal court against Amazon, accusing the company of a bait and switch. The person who filed the lawsuit says she purchased episodes of a Nickelodeon TV series in May, but later found her purchases were no longer available. That's due to the fine print that states the buyer has agreed to Amazon's terms.
In your health headlines this morning, the director of the CDC has been ousted from her position just weeks into her tenure. Dr. Susan Monarez was sworn in as director on July 31st, making her tenure the shortest of any in the agency's history.
And in your sports headlines this morning, it's 5:55, and it's not unusual for World Series champs to celebrate with a parade. And that happened in Las Vegas on Wednesday, kind of. The Summerlin South All-Stars just returned from the World Series for Little League. And though they lost to Taiwan, these 12 boys are the first Nevada team to win the U.S. championship. The team beat out 6,000 others across the country to take home the gold.
Yay.
Congrats to them.
All right, trending this morning, it's time for some daily dose of cuteness. And we're not talking about ourselves.
Or the sea lions.
Or the sea lions. Or Dan.
Yeah, the Richmond Zoo in Virginia has announced the birth of 6 new cheetah cubs, and they're introducing the 3-month-olds to the public now.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, they were.
Oh my goodness.
Well, they were born back in May to parents Zuri and Ramses. The 3 males and 3 females spent their first months at the zoo's Cheetah Conservation Center.
Nearly 170 cheetahs have been born at the Metro Richmond Zoo since 2013. The zoo says cheetahs are Africa's most endangered big cat.
So cute. Oh my goodness.
That's the kind of thing that when you see, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. And you have to remind yourself that they are wild animals.
Predators.
Yeah.
Vicious, wild animals.
But domestic house cats act like that too. They just don't get big, you know? Yeah, they're crazy.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you know what that makes me think of? Gotta strut like you mean it.
Free your mind.
Yeah.
No Cheeto on today, but yeah.
These two. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. More cuteness ahead, and maybe singing, we'll see. Tiny paws and a big debut. A newborn panda cub making their first appearance in China.
Also, Columbia Basin College seeing record enrollment, how numbers are not just rebounding, but exceeding pre-pandemic levels.
Go Hawks.
And Josh, what are you tracking?
Well, definitely more singing, and also, unfortunately, the potential for more lightning fires today. And that is why we have a first alert weather day. More details on that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.